would love to just kind of jump right in if that's
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. I'd love to.
Okay, great. Well, so we'll start with the first question. Yoga and kids, how and why?
Great question. So, people often say things about, like, oh, kids doing yoga, kids can't do yoga, or my kid can't sit still, or, how can they do that and meditate, and all of these things that people have an idea about what yoga is. And it's true that yoga does have a lot of sitting still or that sort of quiet to it. But when you put kids into it, if you have ever been around any children, it's very evident that that being still and quiet really isn't the way that kids are learning and gathering information. So, yoga and kids, how? Well, you make it fun and playful. And that is part of why I have a business called Silly Hearts Yoga, because it's playful and fun, and you can't really take yourself too seriously when you're teaching kids, and especially when you're teaching yoga to kids, because you want to make it something that they're excited about. So the how is to make it fun, and the why is because there are so many benefits to the yoga movement, the breath, all of the parts of yoga can be so helpful for kids in so many ways. And we see it as adults who practice yoga. You feel calm and peaceful. It helps you focus. It can help you feel stronger, more flexible. It does the same for kids. And I think and then some, because kids really, I mean, they catch on and learn things at such a different rate than adults do. And so it's pretty amazing to watch how they internalize some of the skills of yoga at a really young age, and
Mhm.
then they can have it for their whole lifetime.
Yeah, I love that. I will share that I actually went through Audrey's certification course for teaching kids yoga, and I remember, pretty quickly into the class, you said, "Well, everything you know about yoga, forget about it because it doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be,
Right.
perfect, and you have to be silly." And I just remember thinking, wow, for someone who is like in class when I do yoga, I'm always trying to like put my foot a certain way and really try to hold that,
Yes.
posture. That was so different.
Yeah, it is so different. And it's funny because I just finished going through my adult teacher training and getting certified for adults as well. And it's so much about alignment and getting in the posture in a certain way and cueing with, all of these words, reaching through your tailbone and pulling your shoulders down your back and all of these things that are really great and they're important cues. But for a kid, if you start to tell them to, in downward dog, for example, to push your tailbone up to the ceiling, they are going to look around and like, what
Where is
are
that?
you talking about? I have a tail. They're not going to know what you're talking about because it's not a word that maybe they are familiar with, a body part. So keeping it really simple, right? Like put your bottom up
Hmm.
and then make it sound like a dog and move around. And in a yoga class for kids, you get a lot of sounds and that lightheartedness. And
Uh-huh.
I find it hard when I do my own adult classes to not like moo and meow and cat and cow pose.
Yeah.
Like, it's so natural for me to be like moo meow because it's what I do with the kids all the time, because it really, not only does it make it fun,
Hmm.
attaching a sound to the pose also helps them to remember it. And
Right.
it works on that memory piece as well to attach a sound to it.
Yeah, I love that.